everyone, thank you for watching. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to grow long hair naturally. So this is a question I've been asked pretty much my entire life, and I figured why not make my first YouTube video about that. So if this is something you're interested, please keep watching. I'm going to go through my experience on how I've grown my hair out pretty much my entire life because I've always had long hair, and I'll just tell you how I started, what I do in my daily life. So first off, I stopped coloring my hair, gosh, about maybe 6 years ago. So I, all through high school, gosh, I think from the time I was in 7th grade until maybe a year outside of high school, I box dyed my hair black. My hair was jet black and it was super unhealthy, and I used to flat iron it every day without any heat protectant, and it was terrible. So, actually, when I was in cosmetology school, I had my friends remove the black box dye to slowly get back to my natural hair color. So my hair right now is natural. It's been natural for about the past maybe 3 or so years. So if you do have natural hair, your natural hair color, without any chemicals on it, that is going to help with growing your hair out. It's going to be healthier. So naturally, if you do have any chemicals, any dyes on your hair, that is going to make it a little bit more damaged than if you had natural hair. So that, for me, I noticed helps with my growth, helps with the strength of my hair. The integrity is a lot better. So one of the other main things of how I keep my hair healthy is a lot of people actually ask me how frequently I cut my hair. And I was going to a girlfriend that I used to work with when I worked at a salon, and she used to trim my hair for me, but the commute was just too far. It just didn't make sense anymore to drive there. So I actually just started cutting my own hair. So for the past probably 2 or so years, I've been actually cutting my own hair. So I do cut my own hair. It's all one length, so it's pretty simple to do. So as far as frequency, I trim my hair every other month. There's been a few times this year where I've missed a little bit. So basically, you want to trim your hair pretty frequently, but you don't want to do it every single month so that it doesn't have time to catch up. So what I was doing beforehand was that I would have my friend trim my hair, I guess it was like every month, and then my hair would never get past that length because I was trimming it every month. So I now trim it every other month, and I only do about half an inch, enough that I get the dead ends off, and then enough so that my hair isn't splitting up. When you wait 6 months, a year, however long, to get a trim, to get a haircut, your hair is constantly splitting up the hair strand. So it makes it harder for it to grow. Hi, Luna. It makes it harder for it to stay healthy because you have old hair. I mean, your ends are the oldest part of your hair. This is your grandma hair because you've had this for however many years, which was once up here, is now your ends, which is why your ends are the most fragile. Trimming it every other month helps to maintain any damage, helps to get rid of those dead ends, Luna, and also helps it to remain healthy and continue to grow. The next biggest thing that I do that I discovered probably about a year ago, I don't think a lot of people know about. I don't think a lot of people realize that this helps with growing your hair, with strengthening your hair, and it's called hair training. Now, if you don't know what hair training is, it's basically teaching your hair to reproduce its natural oils. So when you're hair training, what you do is you wait. So if you wash your hair every day or every other day, the first week or first day, you'll switch to washing it every other day. And you do that for about a week. See how that goes, kind of train your hair into being used to waiting every other day to shampoo it. And then the next week, you'll go every 3 days. And then that next week, you'll do it every 4 days. So ultimately, you are training your hair to learn that it can wait longer in between shampoos, your natural oil will start adjusting to that. And it's really cool because you can go longer and longer without washing your hair, which in turn helps you to put less heat on it. It's less damage, and it's really helped me. Now, if you guys are interested more on how I hair train, I can go into more depth on that, and I can do a video just specifically on hair training. About once a week I do a hair mask, and then I can go through another video if you're interested, and I can go through all the products that I use, my favorite products. So next is protecting your hair. You have to use a heat protectant spray, balm, whatever you need when using tools. So what I do is twice a week when I do shampoo my hair, I'll dry it, I'll put in all my products, and then I'll put a heat protectant spray on it before I dry it, and then wait about an hour or so that my hair can kind of cool down from blow drying. And then I will curl it. So I actually use a wand to style my hair. So I'll curl them in tight curls at first, and then throughout the week my curls will loosen. So this is about day 2 hair. So you can see my curls have definitely loosened since my first day. And that will allow me to have more texture in my hair. That'll allow me to put more product in my hair to keep it looking a little bit bigger. Because if I flat iron my hair those 2 days a week, my hair will be stick straight. It will stick to my head. It'll be very greasy looking. Even if I use the right amount of products, I personally just prefer to have big, curly, textured waves, curls, whatever, so that I can go those 3 to 4 days without having to worry about it. I can use all my products that I want, and then you'll still have big hair, and if it's curled, you won't be able to see how dirty it is as easy. So a few things to avoid: daily heat on your hair, so not using a flat iron, curling iron, waver, crimpers are back, not using those every single day. So with hair training, that will help you to use heat less, so that's a big tip for me. And believe it or not, all the little things that you do throughout the day you may not even realize, like when you wash your hair, get out of the shower, and you're using a towel. If you roughen up your hair with a towel, that's damaging it. Over time, that will damage it. So there's very little things that you don't think about that you do, that you've always done. I did that until I realized it. So just avoiding things like that. Wearing tight buns every single day. I know we're in quarantine and that's really hard to avoid, but that is going to cause tension on your hair over time. You're going to get baby hairs. I have a few that are going to look like this, and they're going to get worse and worse over time. It's going to cause breakage in your hair. I know that us women, we wear buns in our hair, we wear ponytails. I can't wear my hair down every single day. I'll go crazy. But just make sure you're not making as tight of a ponytail, as tight of a bun, and that you're not putting that stress on your hair every single day. Another important step is using the right kind of brush whenever your hair is wet, when you're getting out of the shower. You're going to want to use something like a wet brush, a wider tooth comb, something that's not so dense that your hair is going to get caught on it when it's wet. When your hair is wet, it's at its most fragile. You want to use something safe on it. So I recommend a wet brush or a wide tooth comb. You'll start out actually at your ends. Use a detangler. Start out at your ends, and then you'll brush it. Actually, I have a wet brush right here. So you'll start at your ends and work your way up. That way you're not starting at your scalp and ripping it all the way through your hair, causing more damage that you don't want. Now, some things to do is if you sleep with a silk pillowcase, that's going to help keep your hair from frizzing, from breaking. I actually sleep with my hair, I pull it behind me, and I'll put it on top of my pillow like this. That way I'm not rubbing my hair in my sleep. It doesn't wake up like all crazy like this. If you put it, you can even do it in a ponytail and then just keep it kind of loose so it's not, again, not pulling on your hair. Just kind of lay the ponytail behind your pillow like this, and you won't be damaging your hair throughout the night. Another good thing you can do that I used to do is let your hair air dry. I highly recommend it. I don't personally do it anymore because my hair gets super flat when I do that, and I'm better off adding hair products when I'm drying it and using the heat activation to help give it that volume. But air drying is definitely a good step to take. Another tip I recommend is buying flat irons, curling irons, where you can set your temperature. A lot of products I've seen, they have a set temperature for you, which is, a lot of them are 475, which, if you're like me, cook a Jack's Pizza at 475. You don't want to be cooking your hair at the same temperature you're cooking your pizza. So I recommend buying one that has a little module where you can pick your temperature, your heat setting. For my hair, I have thick, coarse hair, as you can see. So my hair is a little bit better to use higher heat. I don't use very high heat. I use about 350 degrees. And then when I curl my hair, instead of keeping it on the barrel for a long amount of time, I'll actually take the curl, hold it in my hand to let it set in my hand till it cools, and then release it. So you're not adding any more unnecessary heat to your hair. Those are my main tips that I recommend. I actually, since being in quarantine, I have trimmed it 2 separate times because it's been driving me crazy. Taking care of your hair is so important. If you want it long, if you want it short, care for your hair. If you guys are interested in a video on the products that I use, I can go through an in-depth of every single product that I use every single day. I like to switch it up because your hair does get used to what you're using, whether that be shampoo or styling products. It is good to switch them up. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and hit the bell. Give me a thumbs up. Please join me in my next video for more hair, beauty, and girl talk with Julia. Thank you guys.